a month or two before you got married. This is an important topic that I wish to discuss with you today. And again, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Moumita Rahman. If you do wish to call us for an appointment, call us at 212-248-7907 to schedule a case evaluation. And again, if you are joining me for the first time, please let me know what country you are from and what state you live in. I always love to hear where my followers are from, because the diversity of our country is something that we need to celebrate, because together we are stronger. Okay. All right. So let's talk about this important topic. If you have been in a marriage to a United States citizen or to a green card holder and it's not working out, however, you are not living with your spouse since the date that you got married, and you only lived together for a short period of time before you actually got married, when you were in a relationship and dating, does that still count, and can you still file for VAWA as a result? Let's talk about this important topic. Now, for VAWA, what are the things that we need to show in order to get approved? Number one, you have to show that you are in a marriage to a United States citizen or to a green card holder. Norma, thank you for the follow, and thank you for sharing my live. So you must show, to get your VAWA approved, that you're married to a U.S. citizen or to a green card holder. Number two, you must show that you suffered in your marriage. And we will talk more about what this suffering means, because many times people don't realize that the problems that they are having with their spouse actually can qualify for VAWA. Number three, we must show that you lived with your spouse for any period of time during the course of your relationship. And there it is. That is the key phrase right there. When have you lived with your spouse? And the law no longer requires that you have lived together in the same place as your husband or as your wife during the dates of your legal marriage. And now, thankfully, we can apply for VAWA for so many clients, even if they only lived with their spouse before getting married. So this still counts. Now let's talk about the other more important thing. What is extreme cruelty? And this is something that, let me just lay out a clear example for you. If you're married to a citizen and you're undocumented, let's just say that you're a guy, right? You work hard all day. You come home. Your spouse does not like for you to hang out with your friends at work. While you're at work, they call you incessantly. They don't stop calling you. They go through your text and your messages at home, and they accuse you of cheating on them. They accuse you of looking at other women, and you have to make excuses. You have to basically plead the fifth for everything, right? They tell you that you're not a good dad. They tell you that you can't go outside, you can't go see your family, you can't send money back home to your parents. These are the sorts of things that can count, that can become a pattern of control in your life, upon which we can help you get a green card. Even if you enter the United States without permission, it may still be possible. We just got four approvals today of an I-360. And I do want to talk about the fact that we just got a green card for a client who only lived with her spouse for 1 day, for less than 1 day, really, but 1 day. And that's really important for you to understand, because a lot of attorneys are afraid to file cases for clients because they think it might not necessarily be that strong. Every case is different. Every case has to be analyzed to see what really happened and how can we support it. So don't be afraid. Call us today at 212-248-7907. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and answer some questions live. Thank you for all of these questions. Okay. Let's see. Is an I-864 VAWA required for a VAWA if I'm a parent of a U.S. citizen? From viewer named Boston on YouTube. Now, this is an interesting question. Do you have to file the form I-864 VAWA with your VAWA? And for us, I don't believe you do. We actually have not filed the I-864 VAWA for pretty much all of our cases. But every once in a while, we'll get a request to file one as a request for evidence, which does not actually delay the case, because we're usually having to file the medical exam anyway. So the I-864 VAWA is not necessarily required, but you can go ahead and file it if you wish. You can file it whether you are filing VAWA as a spouse or as a parent. It doesn't really make much of a difference. Now, if I applied for removal of conditions 9 months ago, but I discovered a month ago that my wife is having an affair with somebody and it's making me suffer a lot, I can't take this anymore. What can I do? From Danilo. Danilo, thank you so much for your question. And I'm so sorry about what you are going through. If you are an immigrant who has a 2-year residency card, or forget about it, if you are somebody who is relying on your US citizen spouse for a green card and you find out that they are cheating on you, what can you do? Now, whether if you don't already have a green card and you find out that your US citizen spouse or your green card holding spouse is cheating on you, normally this is going to reveal to us many more problems that you're having, and you may be able to self-petition for a green card through the form I-360 VAWA application. We have to show more than cheating. However, in my experience, on the hundreds, really literally actually thousands of cases that we have filed here, when there is cheating, there are other things happening. So if you don't have a green card yet and you find out that your citizen spouse is cheating on you, it's time to call us 212-248-7907. Don't stay stuck. Don't stay stuck, especially if your spouse wants to divorce you as well and you don't yet have your papers. But number two, what if you already have your 2-year residency card and you filed for your I-751 application to remove conditions, and then you find out that your spouse has been cheating on you? What options do you have? Well, Danilo, if your spouse, if you can't work it out, if it's causing you too much pain, you're suffering too much, and you decide to separate, then filing the I-751 application requesting a waiver due to extreme cruelty and battery may also be an option for you. Or if you do end up getting divorced, then you can file a waiver based upon divorce as well. So Danilo, it's not too late. Even though your case is already in progress, give us a call, 212-248-7907. We would be happy to see how we can help you, okay? Should you provide restraining orders to prove your abuse? My husband has filed for divorce and the court has approved a restraining order. My I-485 was denied as he did not provide his tax returns from Baby Roro. Baby Roro, I'm so sorry to hear that. You're suffering multiple traumas right now. You're suffering the fact that your case got denied, that your husband has hurt you, and now you're wondering how to move forward, right? Lots of things going on in your case. And if you have suffered actual physical abuse in your marriage and you have even had to get a restraining order against your spouse, then you can absolutely include this as part of your evidence for a VAWA case. However, you are not required to submit any police reports. You are not required to have any restraining orders or any physical abuse even to qualify for and get your VAWA approved. So if you have gone to other lawyers in the past, and I know this to be true, the fact that a lot of lawyers have told well-deserving clients like you that you're not eligible for VAWA because you don't have a police report, that is absolutely not true. We have gotten approved so many cases without one shred of evidence of police reporting or physical abuse, because the fact is that in a VAWA case, you do not need physical harm or physical abuse to be approved. That's why they say that you can file for VAWA based upon extreme cruelty or physical battery. So Baby Roro, we would love to see if we can help you. Call us at 212-248-7907. Danny is asking, my DACA expires on September 2024. Should I wait until I renew my DACA to apply for advanced parole? Danny, I would say, look, any of my DACA folks out there, if you do not already have advanced parole, now is the time to file. Do not delay. Do not delay. Advanced parole is a huge benefit for you, especially if you do not have a legal entry. We just helped one of our clients get a green card. He was here on DACA. He did not have legal entry. We first did advanced parole for him, and then we did a petition through his wife, and now he has a green card, and he didn't even have to go for an interview, which was incredible. If you have DACA and you don't have the legal entry, now is the time to file for advanced parole, because the fact, the sad truth, the sad facts of the matter are that come election time, we're not sure what's going to happen. Get your DACA, get your advanced parole benefit now. Obviously discuss with your attorney whether it's the right thing to do, because if you have any sorts of criminal issues, then it may not be advisable for you to travel on DACA. But I have had dozens of clients travel on DACA advanced parole with no problems returning to the United States. Every case is different, however, and if you do not yet have advanced parole and you're considering it, and you need to renew your DACA, I would say just file the application now, and you can still file for your renewal. And also keep in mind that if you are within 6 months of your DACA expiration, you can go ahead and submit your DACA renewal. So maybe you can do both at the same time. Danny, you can give us a call if you'd like, 212-248-7907. It's baby A. Once work permit is approved, how long will your travel advance parole be approved? From It's Baby A. It's Baby A. If you filed your work permit application together with your I-131 when you file for a green card, then it'll be approved together as a combo card. But if you did not do it, or sometimes they do process them separately, and if they process your work permit application separately from your advanced parole, we have actually seen a delay. We have seen that the advanced paroles take maybe an extra 3 to 6 months additional on top of the work permit. Thank you for the follow, Erica. Can my dad help my mom get her green card even though they're not married? From Juan. Juan, that's a really good question. Can you basically, the question that Juan has is that, can I help my partner even though I am not married to them get a green card? And the answer is, Juan, no. In order for your dad to sponsor your mom, typically they would have to get married first, and then he should be able to hopefully do a marriage petition for your mom. But if your mom and dad can't get married or won't get married for whatever reasons, still give us a call, because one of the things that we like to look at are options for our clients that don't require marriage, that don't require family petition. We at our office, we don't do employment immigration. However, we do look at certain things like T visas and U visas. Sometimes these are actually not sometimes, but many attorneys don't use these two tools enough to help people get status. So Juan, give us a call, 212-248-7907. Can someone file for a work permit if they overstay their visa? From Cami. Cami, no, not unless you actually qualify for some different application, which always depends on a case-by-case basis. Let's see. Amber, can you please give us a call. If you haven't received it yet, please give us a call so we can look into it for you. Usually we mail it out within a week or two, depending on how busy everything gets, if we get a lot of documents. Hello, Elias, thank you. Amelie, my I-360 was approved last September and still no update about the I-485. How can I speed up the process of transfer to the NBC and field office and adjudicating? Thanks, from Amelie. Amelie, great question. If your I-360 has been approved and you want to speed up the rest of your case, you can try to request an expedite of your case. You can do what one of our clients just did, and she just got her green card actually, and she sued the federal government because her case had actually been pending for a very long time, but everything depends on how long it's already been taking. Simone, 71, I have a conditional green card, but we are separated and he was verbally abusive. Simone, I'm so sorry to hear that you had to go through all of that. Now, I want to talk about verbal abuse. In my opinion, emotional abuse, verbal abuse, these things cut really, really deep. And even though they may not leave a physical scar, they stay with you long, sometimes even longer than the fear of physical abuse. Because what verbal abuse does, when somebody you love curses you out, calls you names, tells you that you're good for nothing, that you're stupid, that you're a slut, that you deserve all this treatment, that you can't do nothing right. A lot of these things, they cut deep into your confidence, they cut deep into your self-esteem, and they make you even more vulnerable. And at some points, you might even start to believe that it's true, and it starts to affect you in different ways. And it hurts. It hurts a lot. It cuts really deep, and it leaves lots of invisible scars that the outside world cannot see. But it is just as valid, and it is just as hurtful. And for a VAWA case or for an I-751 application, if you were in the process of getting your 10-year residency and you separate from your spouse, or you suffer during the course of your marriage verbal abuse from them, then you may be able to file an application requesting a waiver of the joint requirement of filing, and we would be very happy to see if we can help you. Okay, we would love to help you. I have done so many I-751s, and I really relish, Nick, thank you for the roses. I really relish doing complicated I-751s, especially because so many attorneys don't get it right the first time. And I love to fight for these clients especially. I can tell you so many stories of I-751s that other clients got denied, that other attorneys got denied, that we got notice of intent to terminate, and the clients came to us after denials. We refiled or we fought back, and the clients now have their 10-year green card, and even some of our clients have already become US citizens. So Simone, I'm sorry for you having to suffer through verbal abuse. That is not something that you deserved, but you have the opportunity to be free and to do a fresh start. And if you would like our help in doing the remainder of your case, call us at 212-248-7907. Our consultation, we do case evaluations, and our case evaluation fee is $150. If we absolutely cannot help you, then we would actually give you a refund of that consultation fee. It's been 2 years. I don't receive my I-765 VAWA working permit from Moumita Yusuf. Moumita Yusuf, you have to double check to see whether an I-765 was actually filed. A lot of times people only file an I-360 VAWA application. And if you only do that, then you would only get a work permit at the end of the case when your I-360 is approved. So you have to check to see whether an I-765 was actually filed. Kajal is asking why USCIS has increased the fee but does not process applications faster. It's really frustrating. I know, Kajal, it's really hard to understand. How long does it take before one has to apply for the renewal of one's green card? From Karen Sober. Perla, thank you. Basically, before the expiration date, if you have a 2-year residency card and you're filing for a waiver of the joint filing requirement, then you can file anytime, even if your card is not yet expiring or if it's been expired for years, okay? So call us. Nick, thank you again. Perla, thank you for the rose. Okay, let me see if you guys have questions. Let me look below. Anna, thank you. Thank you, Anna. Thank you. Hugs, Anna, to my client. Kajal, which lipstick am I wearing? Smashbox, Stepping Out, I think. And then like a lip gloss on top of it from MAC called Bittersweet. Perla and Nick, I'm looking for your questions. One sec. I'm not seeing it. If you guys have a question, because you sent me so many roses, please post your question again. All right, let's see. Can someone apply for a green card if their parents are citizens, but they don't want to sponsor them? Oh, very interesting from Cami. Cami is asking, can someone get a green card if their parents are a US citizen, but is refusing to sponsor them? And Cami, that is going to depend on how old you are. If your mom or dad is a US citizen, but they're refusing to petition for you, sometimes that's a form of abuse. And if you are underneath the age of 25, then we may be able to do a VAWA application for you so you can self-petition for a green card. But even if you're above age 25, then we would still love to see, we would want to ask you some more questions to see if you might qualify for something else. So call us, Cami, 212-248-7907. Brooklyn, great. We look forward to hearing from you. Lucas, I will not marry you. I've been married for 14 years already, very happily. Is your office in New York? Yes, it is. We're based in New York. However, we work with clients all over the United States. Can a person with VAWA travel outside of the US from K. Barrett? K. Barrett, it depends on whether or not they have an advanced parole that's approved. For the majority of our clients, we do apply for advanced parole. Can you help someone with asylum status and get a green card from Haifa Asif? Haifa, at the moment, we're not accepting affirmative or any asylum applications. But if you already have asylum status approved and you're now eligible for a green card, then give us a call, 212-248-7907. Do you practice in Maryland? From Ms. Kuzifi. Kuzifi, we do have a lot of clients in Maryland. As an immigration law practitioner, I can actually practice immigration law anywhere in the country and anywhere in the world and take clients anywhere in the country who need immigration assistance. I was born in South Florida. My parents are from Egypt, and I'm wondering if I have the same rights as an American. From due diligence. Due diligence, if you're born in Florida, then you are a United States citizen and you have the rights that you are an American, you have those rights. My I-130 was approved in my I-601, got denied, and my spouse wants a divorce now. Can I still do VAWA? And what about the I-601? So Shahryar, if you have been in the process of doing your I-601 waiver with your spouse, so if you have been basically doing the perdón, right? Because you came in illegally to the US, you crossed the border, but you're married to a United States citizen, then the majority of lawyers are going to tell you that you need to do something called a waiver, and they don't even look to see what else you might be qualified for. But the waiver process, the I-130 plus the waiver plus waiting for an interview takes years and years, and during this time, your relationship may turn out to be really bad, may fall apart, and you may get a divorce. Now, if you suffered in your marriage, even if your I-130 was approved, you can still do an I-360 VAWA application, and then your waiver you would no longer need to do an I-601A application. Shahryar, you can give us a call, 212-248-7907. Now, many people who've been doing the perdón and the waiver to leave, to go to Juarez or to a consulate outside the United States, they're very happy to find out that they're eligible. When they find out that they're eligible for VAWA, and they find out that they don't need to leave the US, and that they would be eligible for a work permit and an advanced parole document to travel, that is like a miracle, and it is amazing. So if you have been waiting for your perdón to process, and during the time that you're waiting for your perdón, you get divorced, your spouse wants to divorce you, your spouse cheats on you, your spouse has babies with other people, your spouse curses you out, they kick you out, you're separated, or you do actually get divorced, it is time to call us at 212-248-7907. Okay, all right, guys, that's all the time that I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this. If you would like our assistance on your case, call us at 212-248-7907. Perla, Nick, I know you guys are sending me so many hearts and roses, but I can't see if you sent me a question or not. I really would feel bad to miss any questions from you guys. Forgive me if I do, but thank you for joining, guys. I really appreciate it. So listen, I want to leave you guys with a word of inspiration. As always, keep your heads up high. Your immigration status does not define how you should be treated in society. Don't let anyone tell you that you're not worth it or that you're not a valuable person. You are. You're totally worth it. You deserve love, peace, and happiness, okay? Thank you so much for joining me. Moumita Rahman. Take care.